Hey class, so this is writing ionic formulas from names. Now you've already seen a lot of this, so I'm just going to go through this pretty quickly here. I'm going to show you, like, this has a separate area for individual ions and then to do the formula. And in between, going from the individual ions, here we go, there we go. Going from the individual ions to the formula is all about the crisscross, okay, that we did before on Friday. So once we write down the individual ions like this, I got iron, and then this tells us what that is, so that's Fe like this with a +3. And then the sulfate, if you see an ATE. So here's how this works. This thing here I handed out last Thursday or Friday. I'll keep handing it out, so everybody always has one. Please bring it with you. If you see an ATE at the end, then you should be looking up here in the table of polyatomic ions. Up here, table of polyatomic ions. Sulfate is this one right here, SO4 with a -2. So I come back up here and I write down SO4 with a -2. Now I do my crisscross, and my crisscross looks like this. The 2 here comes down as a 2 like that. The 3 here comes down as a 3 like that. But here's what we know for SO4 with a -2. My Fe does not need parentheses when I put the 2 down here because it's an element. But my SO4 is a polyatomic ion, so I need parentheses. SO4 goes inside the parentheses, and then the 3 comes outside the parentheses. Okay, so this is all stuff that we've worked on before with the crisscross sheet. Now, if it's an ATE, cyanide is one, and hydroxide is another, ends in an IDE. But typically, when we look for elements, the first one is going to be on the periodic table. The second one, if it ends in IDE, is going to be on the periodic table. Here's what I mean by that. Let's see if we can find calcium and iodide. So calcium's over here in the second group, calcium, okay, Ca with a +2. Iodide is over here, I with a -1. So that's on the periodic table. If it ends in ITE like nitrite or an ATE like nitrate, then we look in the table of polyatomic ions that's up above the periodic table. So now I go back and I say calcium is Ca with a +2 and iodide is the I with a -1. I do my crisscross, the 2 comes down here, the 1 comes down here, but we don't write 1s, so it's just CaI2 like that. And that's how we write our formulas. Let's do one more for good measure. Notice that the next one here is dichromate. Dichromate, so first of all we have tin, and then that's Roman numeral for 4. So that means that tin, first of all, let's go up here and find tin. Tin is down here. There it is. This is tin with a +4. It says it right there, tin 4. You can find this on the periodic table. And then the other part was dichromate. And dichromate ends in an ATE, which means that it's up here. That is Cr2O7 with a -2. So I go back to my, what are my charges going to be? Tin is Sn with a +4. Dichromate is Cr2O7, and that's a -2. Okay? When I crisscross here, this is an excellent one to do as an example. My 2 comes down here, my 4 comes down here, but notice what I can do. When I have 2 and I have 4, notice just like when I have 2/4, I can reduce that to 1/2, and that's exactly what I do then. So that means that my tin with a +4 does not get, because my 2, the 2 and the 4 goes to 1 and 2, I reduce them. Okay, and then because the 2 is here with the Cr2O7, I need parentheses, Cr2O7, and then the 2 goes on the outside. Okay, so that last step there, the 2 and the 4 actually reduce to 1 and 2. Okay, so keep working like this. You'll get the hang of it. You'll start to see like the combinations. You'll start to see the patterns. Make sure that whatever it says for the polyatomic ion is exactly what you write for the stuff inside a parentheses if you have to put a number on the outside. And don't do a parentheses unless you do have to crisscross a number on the outside. All right, so good luck. See how you do with that. I'll be in class, obviously, and answer questions.